Hello everyone, this is Gorax. Welcome to the stream. I just had a small audio difficulties, but hopefully it's fixed right now. Welcome to today's stream where I'll do a Psamathe preview. Okay, so for those of you who do not know what Psamathe is, she is going to be a new Cove hero. So she's a Generation 3 hero. Let's quickly look at her. So there she is. This is the skin available right now, which you can see in the thumbnail preview. So quite cool. She is the princess of the Regnan Seer race. Okay, so we have a Regnan Seer already. Let's look at the skills quickly, just an introduction. For those of you who did not read the skills on Discord or Facebook or whatever, because some of you might not be there, which is understandable. So Ice Shield grants water spell damage immunity to target friendly units within a large range for 21 seconds. Obviously, this is a level 30 description. Enemy units that attack your shielded units are slowed for 3 seconds, so provides slow as well. Merv grants high morale to all friendly non-necropolis units with a large range, increasing the attack speed by 50% and lasts for 15 seconds. Then we got Frozen Arrow, deals damage and inflicts slow. And the ultimate Will of the Deep Sea summons a school of deep sea fish that lunges toward all enemy units, dealing water-type spell damage equal to 11% of max HP, also inflicting Deter on them for 8 seconds, and decreasing attack speed of all enemy units by 50% for 8 seconds. Also grants Bubble to each friendly unit equal to 20% of max HP. This effect is doubled for Cove units. So quite cool, Bubble, Deter, everything that Cove needs. Harry Caroni, I think I will be asleep. I didn't even know I play on the same server as you do. Right, anyway, let's move on to specialty Regnan Seer Princess. Okay, so but it's very similar to every other hero from the second generation. Use Cove tactics to influence the combat efficiency of different faction units, which you will be able to see here. Okay. Oops, where were we? Okay, and Ice Shield also applies to all friendly units, so it's not just in range, but all, and grants Bubble equal to 10% of max HP. And that's fine, Ricaroni. I actually prepared a video for my new server, which will be rather uproarious. It will be on the same level as a Naga tank, so I'll receive a lot of hate, but I'm ready to release it. An increased critical hit damage of Cove units by 20% for 5 seconds. 2 stars when a friendly hero casts a water type spell. Okay, so this is weird, a friendly hero, because obviously it means hair, because you won't be using any other different hero when you have hair equipped. Psamathe increases unit damage and unit damage reduction of friendly Cove units and friendly Rampart units by 5% each. Stacks up to 10 times. And each Cove unit deployed additionally increases Psamathe mana regeneration by 0.8. Now, a global increases combat efficiency of friendly neutral units by 2% and attack speed of Cove units by 20%. Quite a lot of attack speed. When a friendly unit attacks a unit inflicted with slow, which she provides, increases unit damage by 20%. When a friendly unit attacks a unit inflicted with freeze, increases crit hit by 300. Now, the 4-star decreases Will of the Deep Sea cooldown by 20 seconds. So with the water magic, it is 21 seconds. As the masteries that run on her are as follow. Okay, I didn't want to waste too much time optimizing all that. So whenever it was available, I just grabbed it, and this is what I'm gonna run it with. Obviously, you can use better set if you want to. I'm not guiding you how to use that hero, as obviously I just see her for the first time myself. And increases combat of friendly. Okay, so we've got that friendly unit attacking. Okay, with slow increases in damage. Okay, when a friendly unit, that was that. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so 20% and grants a Bubble to each friendly unit to 20% of max HP. So that was 10, now it's 20. The effect is doubled for Cove units, so 40%. When friendly units gained Bubble, gain the Rising Tide state for 6 seconds. Okay, so what is Rising Tide state? I think it's going to be explained here. I'm not sure if that's been explained in the poster, so I'm just gonna read it through here. So the rising tide within 4 seconds gain 30% unit damage and 300 critical hit for 6 seconds. This effect is doubled for Cove units. And night tide within 4 seconds gain 30% unit damage reduction and 300 tenacity for 6 seconds. This effect is doubled for Cove units. So when does it happen? And I think it's explained here. When friendly units gain the bubble, they gain the rising tide state. When friendly units lose the bubble, they gain the night tide state for 6 seconds. Each state can only be gained once every 6 seconds. Thank you, Ricaroni. Yeah, I'm just trying, to juggle these accounts around, so I will not be that much active on that account. I'll try my best. Okay, I think I will not be able to wake up at 4 in the morning my time, or 2 in the morning my time, just to do the guild, but yeah, sorry about that. Just the time zone difference, really. And I'm not a 9-0. Okay, so yeah, this is quickly a description of her. So let's jump into the battle. Also, guys, just a quick thing. Today, I will not test the new banner as I was not able to get it on test server, but don't worry, I'll send you a link to something at the end of the stream, okay? So you will be able to see the new banner as well. Righty, let's move on to, okay, so this is my Psamathe. Sorry, I'm just gonna butcher her name, okay? Psamathe, okay? Let's call her Psy. So yeah, sorry, Cove Mains, okay? You'll probably hate me for that, but let's call her Psy, okay? Right, so this is basically what I could run as a cheap version, okay? Let's say I want to run a third team, Cove, okay? As you know, I run Inferno and Darmouth at the moment, so I could utilize all spare units. I got Seer, don't get me wrong, okay? I don't have that. It's quite expensive, but if we look at it, it's actually not that cheap, okay? This team, although it looks like, oh, I'm using SSR units and off units, it's actually quite expensive as I'm using 3 SSI units fully maxed out on Second Awakening. And then I'm using 3 ultra rare units with Sista, Siren as a healer. Okay, this is the starting point I wanted to introduce, and obviously I'm using the same roster and I'm using everything here the same way. Okay, this is our starting point, and first of all, we're gonna face a very basic Darmouth. What else? As you can see, I'm running the same thing on both sides. What I'm going to do is, since well, depend on what account we're talking about, Ricaroni. Right, and so another thing that I'm going to move to is I'm going to replace Paladin eventually with the Titan. The reason for that is the giant, the war giant, has been fixed on a test server. The Magic Awakening is working. And as Mateusz is saying, I will also put in that team, I'll change it with ED as well. Okay, I will build this team, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to use the spares, because if you're running Alamar, you'll be using ED in your team. Okay, so that's worth mentioning. Okay, so let's start with a really cheap version of that, and let's run it. Yeah, but Adam, they fixed him, but I did not notice too much of a difference on test server. Okay, I didn't run it. I didn't run too many tests with it, as it's not my main goal right now. Okay, my main right now is to get this thing sorted. Ooh, okay, sorry guys, I'm doing a little bit auction bidding here as well. Just trying what I can get cheap. Okay, usually I just miss auctions because I'm doing the streams. Okay, so yeah, let's see what's happening here. Right, so Mermaid has died, and our team crumbles. Obviously, the reason for that is there's so much backline damage from Darmouth. Okay, so the chip formation does not work against Darmouth. Let's just see the damage. Okay, and something that I've noticed, and you will notice during this stream, is Dragon Watcher in a range form is doing quite significant damage. Righty. Obviously, if you guys want to, I can run you through the emblems I'm using. But as Adam is saying, this is a really, well, it's not cheap, and it's cheap, okay? It's cheap because you can use your leftovers, basically a good third team, I would say. Uh, but what is expensive, son, is how much effort you need to put in these SSR units to make them work. Okay, this is the expensive thing, and just so I can see, I'm worried about the power level of that shark. Okay, that was rather low. For a defensive unit, I wonder if I did not, if I actually changed the emblems by any chance. So obviously I'm using the defensive form. He should. Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah. So go. We coded. Okay, I'm going to use the same set I use on every other. What's it called? Defensive unit. Okay. So I'm going to use this. I've been rotating emblems recently on the test server, getting them all to the same point. And I obviously might have just removed that and never put it back. So yeah, let's do that. And while I'm here, I'll just walk you through what I'm using on the Cove team, okay? Just so you have a little bit of insight. I know it's going to waste a little bit of our time that I have prepared, but it's always good to have the insight, okay? So let's go to the Cove and ensure we got everything, okay? So Sista is using basing set, nothing fancy here. We got +5 on Regnan Archer. As at this point in the game, this is what you will be using. Obviously not on a third team, but if you want to use it as a main, your Regnan Archer should be quite good. Obviously, I went a little bit overboard here with Seer's emblems. You don't need that level. Then we got Dragon Turtle, and we got our Regnan guy, and obviously +5 set here. Yeah, I'm just doing like a random numbers on. Okay, it's just like what people usually have. Okay, you can have +20 if you remove this, but I just like it to like yeah, but as Adam is saying, +30 on your main carries right now is what people are playing, okay? If you're not at that state, that means you're either playing on a new server or you are actually falling behind, okay? Because emblems is old tech, but it's still very important. Okay, so this is what I'm running, and let's rerun that fight, because obviously it will make our shark much stronger. But it's not the reason we lost the fight. The reason we lost the fight is our backline dying, because I'm still using Mermaid, okay? So while Mermaid Second Awakening makes her quite good, it's not good enough against Darmith, who has tremendous backline burst. As we can see, everything around is just dying, okay? So that's the issue. The tanks, there's no really threat to the tanks, as there's no melee Naga right now in that team. Okay, so that's the difference between removing your melee Naga and putting it as a range. You will destroy that, and then eventually you will move to the front line where the back line is done, because the arcane archer arrows will actually hit the front line now. Right, so we still lost, but it's a minute, okay? It's a minute. That team survived against a good stacked Darmith. Okay, so let's build that team, okay? Yeah, that is true. That is true, Karani. Depends on where you are, really. If you're a low spender, yeah, that obviously. Right, so that is not needed here. Okay, so let's just add a good tank. Okay, obviously I said it's not the reason we're losing. Okay, so I'll be adding another tank here, and I can actually put it like that. Okay, obviously there are things with positioning of the dragon and units around it, but let's not worry about it. Okay, and actually, yeah, let's just skip that. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit, and let's add this. So there's no immunity on that team right now. Let's try it. Gene 5 equivalent here. Yeah, well, obviously, Darmith has her counters as well, okay? It's not like she is unbeatable. Um, she can be beaten. Okay, don't get me wrong, but yeah. So we were suffering with the backline survival rate. I added priest instead of sister, and I added a ED. Okay, so let's see how I'm holding off. As we can see, the fight is getting better, and I was able to kill Paladin. So Paladin is eventually going down. Okay, and it seems like Darmith is crumbling, and the reason for that is that the issue that Darmith has right now is the front line. Without the G banner and Paladin still not second awakened, these units crumble. Okay, they are not main tanks right now. Compared to what we can play, I can put Devil in Darmith's team, and this will look much better. So see, just two improvements that didn't really, well, actually they did increase the cost. Okay, the cost I'll talk about just in a second. But as we can see, we won that fight with just two upgrades. So I made a third team, secondary team, I would say, secondary or first team. Okay, and we're talking arena here, and maybe 3v3 when you're using 8 teams. Okay, so I replaced Blackguard, which costs the same as ED. Okay, so there's no cost going up or anything. And obviously, I put ultra rare and I replaced fully awakened mermaid, which is the cost here. But on the other hand, it only costs you diamonds to get that unit. So this is a huge improvement here. Okay, but yeah, so definitely now with that setup, I can beat Darmith. Okay, but that was just one fight. Okay, let's just play different lanes. Okay, let's just shift things around. Let's give it another go, quick go. But yeah. And the thing is, guys, the thing that is worth remembering is, okay, let's compare these two teams quickly during this fight. As we can see, that the Darmith side, Darmith has everything right now except for BG Banner, right? We know we got a champion Arcane Eagle released during that rotation, so there's no many improvements to that team right here. Where in the Psamathe side, we can and we will get a crab eventually. Well, Kraken, sorry. So that is an improvement for this side, and this side is already winning. Okay, so let's talk 2-3 months from now. Psy will definitely reign over Darmith with what's happening, because we can still have a second awakening of Dragon Turtle and banner for Regnan Seer as well. And this is the fight that is like really close as we can see, but the front line on the Psy side is so strong now with ED and Shark. It's nothing. And what I was trying to tell you at the beginning is this Dragon Watcher is doing tremendous damage in this setup. Okay, this is what I like that unit, and obviously it was. I might get, I don't know, people will be saying that it's not right, but I love it. I mentioned that during the stream that it's doing quite a lot of damage. It's not good for Rampart, sadly, but for this formation in Psy, it's doing lots of work. Okay, so this formation works. Okay, I don't need to improve it because I'm winning. Okay, both lines I could still change a lot, but let's just put let's replace Paladin here. Okay, people wanted me to do that. Okay, let's compare that. Okay, this is a fixed War Giant now. Okay, let's see if it makes any difference compared to the Paladin in a real battle, because when I ran it against Naga, I didn't see a difference really. The difference was small. The Magic Awakening is working, as you can see here. Okay, so yeah, but is it enough? Okay, to keep Giant or Giant War instead of Paladin, and yeah, Serpentfly meta. If Serpentfly can live long enough. That is the issue. Okay, so similar situation as we can see, Dragon Turtle might be another thing that needs to be replaced eventually. Oh, get a second awakening, but okay, it looks not bad for Darmith here with the Titan tank, but since he's down, DG will not last forever. And he's next to full, okay? This is the issue with Darmith right now. The tanks are going down, while enemy tanks are not. Well, they actually are, but not the strongest ones. Right, as we can see, Dragon Watcher still on top of the damage compared to all of them. Regnan Crate, even with her, is not really doing a lot of damage, but he's died quite early as well. And obviously that's here. Okay, so that was the first scenario. Let's rerun it. Let's give Darmith another chance. And luckily for me, there's no one playing Cove on my server. Okay, there's no one playing Cove on my server. There are people playing Cove in my COG. But since I'm playing on an older server, this is not happening. But I am actually going to play. Well, I might not get her because I can't afford her. But yeah, on my second account, she will come in handy if I can get my hands on her. As my second account has quite good Cove. So yeah. Okay, so let's see. There's a lot of damage coming from Darmith team. Obviously, the Giant's Awakening that's been fixed boosts the range units. And we can see that the damage is there, but just the bubbles and everything, and just Priest alone. There's no immunity on that team, okay, guys? There's no immunity, so you can keep Judy, you can keep Fawn in your Darmith, in your Alamar. So it's a great third team, I would say, if you're a whale. Because let's be honest, this is a rather expensive team if we look at it with fully maxed out. I mean, fully maxed out with all the planets. SSI units. Okay, this is rather expensive at this point in the game. And we won again. That is good. That is telling us that is another counter to Darmith. Okay, so it's no longer rock, paper, scissors with Darmith, Alamar, and Adrienne, as now Darmith has two counters, Alamar and Psy. Yes, Mateusz, this is the next thing we're gonna do. Okay, so now let's change to Alamar. Okay, so how is this team holding against Alamar? Obviously, guys, I'm gonna give you two links at the end of the stream where you can see more fights from a different point of view, okay? So just remind me about that, and you'll also be able to see a new banner, okay? But I will not be able to show the banner right here as I don't have it on the account. Righty, so Alamar. Also, if you're here watching me and you're not on official Discord, Isco has created a great guide with the meta formations. While I do not really like tier lists, although I've done one of myself, but it took me a couple years to do it as I was always against it. I just did it because I've been asked constantly about it. He actually created a very useful file where you guys can see the current meta teams. Obviously, every server will have a different meta team at top, but it gives you a guide of how to build your team if you want to use something similar. Okay, so it's a great read, and you will definitely benefit from it. It's one way. It's a great starting point, at least, where you should be like aiming. Okay, and when I was talking about all that, I just lost my thought. I forgot what is my usual take here. I think it's something like that. I'm not certain what I usually run. I just like my mind went blank. Okay, guys, if you can give me a suggestion, what is the tank that I'm looking here? Oh, yes, I know. Okay, so let's start with that, okay? Let's start with a cheaper version of Alamar, and then we're gonna move to Devil Tank, because obviously Devil Tank is good. Mateusz, yeah, I can try it later. Although I don't see, I could replace that, or even I could run two tanks, drop Dragon Turtle. It's right. Okay, I can play with Assault. Oh no, yeah, actually I can. I'm just confusing my accounts. Sorry guys, I've been playing so many accounts recently. I'm confusing what I got on which account. Okay, so I'm just using one here. Nothing changed here really. Yeah, okay, let's go. And obviously, I'm on limited time, so I don't want to like test against like everything, okay? Because I won't have time to do it. But I'm just giving you an insight into the top tier teams right now, okay? So yeah, let's run it. Let's see how we are doing against Alamar. As someone said on the chat, yes, Adam, uh, Alamar problem right now is tank killing, okay? While there's a lot of damage to the backline, usually coming up from Alamar, and AoE damage mostly, killing tanks is not ideal, especially if someone runs, excuse me, a tank like Devil. Okay, Devil currently the best tank, no question asked, and it was even good before they fixed him. And even during my stream, I already said that it looks like the best tank. But as we can see, this is so one-sided. Look at that. The HP bar is not moving, and Regnan Archer just obliterated Alamar's team. Okay, but not alone. As we can see, Dragon Watcher is there. Okay, this is quite good. And let's quickly add a Devil to the enemy Alamar. And as I said before with what's her name, Darmeth, Alamar is in a similar situation. Okay, so while these two heroes right now, Alamar and oh no, actually, let's run one more scenario. Although I don't think it's worth it, as we could see that was obliterated. Yeah, the Alamar got deleted. Okay, so let's not even worry about. There's no way RNG will change the outcome of that fight. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to add Devil, the best tank in the game, and then we will switch around. So similar situation for Alamar, and I'll explain that during the fight. As we can see on that team over there, the only things that I'm missing is Evil Sorcerer's banner, which will happen eventually this year, and Red Dragon Second Awakening, which will happen this year as well. This is the only way you can improve this Alamar team right now and probably through all the year. There might be good dragons, like maybe Light Dragon will replace something and stuff like that, but if you're looking a year in the future, there's not really much improvement that can be done on that team. While, as I said previously, this Psy team still will get a champion. And a few other things. So this team will get much stronger this year compared to that. As we can see, yeah, the Devil tank obviously survives quite a long time. As we can see, has so much damage coming out from that team, and the Devil tank is the one standing strong. Which is quite nice, because Inferno as a faction is in a really bad state compared to just one unit that can be splashed everywhere. And this is what makes him so great. And if you've been investing in Devil for a long time and you got him to 6-star and maxed out planets eventually, it was definitely worth it. Right, so we won again. Obviously, this fight was much longer thanks to Devil staying all for so long, but the Shadow Dragon was not able to burst the bubble on the Cove side. So far, we can beat 2 teams, okay? And I'm using the expensive formation here, okay? Let's try the cheap one. Let's just do this. Since it doesn't take too much to change it, we can do it. Okay, and what I was running here, PG. Okay, obviously you don't need to run 3 tanks. This is optional here. You could actually, if enemy Alamar is playing range charges in your open lane, you can do that, and you'll be very good with it. Yes, Fire Dragon Second Awakening. This is the only Fire Dragon Second Awakening and Evil Sorcerer's banner. This is what will happen this year. But everything else is next year. But the only problem with playing Cove, especially on the older servers like mine, as it's really hard to change your formation, change your factions that you invested into. And on top of that, this faction relies on two fully maxed out SSRs right now, which is Shark and also Regnan Seer. Yeah, so Mermaid obviously a little bit out of the league right now. We're playing against this Alamar, but it's there. Okay, the healing obviously is less than with a priest, and we can see the backline slowly falling. The crate is the first casualty. But it's very impressive if you think about it, okay? The weaker version of Cove is able to withstand the strongest version of Alamar. Okay, obviously we will draw, and in some scenarios you will actually lose because your HP bar is much lower than the enemy. But if you're defending on arena or something, it's impressive, isn't it? There we go. The draw using that. Okay, and I've been told to try Soul Dancer in that formation. Okay, so let's run 2 tanks. And let's put Soul Dancer. Okay. Okay, doesn't really matter. Let's do that. Oh, into Devil. That might be problematic. I don't think Soul Dancer can make a dent in Devil's armor. But so far, it looks impressive, and I believe Cove players will be really, really happy. So yeah, adding Soul Dancer turn the tides of the battle, and we actually can kill stuff. And Soul Dancer is really nicely protected. She doesn't die, and that was into the Devil line. Obviously, head damage is not really that great compared to everything else, but yeah, works. Okay, so yeah, let's revert it. We can win against Alamar. I'm happy with that. And this is our weaker version of Cove team here. Okay, so 2 out of the 3 Holy Trinity right now. Now, I still don't have the flower, so this Adrienne will not look that great. Okay, that will be a problem here, as it's quite important, as I've been told so many times, to have the flower. Okay, but I'm working on it. I think I just need to do the first awakening, and then I'll be able to get second awakening eventually as well. Okay, but yeah, let's try it. Okay, we got Rakshasa here. Since I'm running a lower end, yeah, I'll use that. A lower end team on Cove side, I can play something like that. Just put that in case for the next one. So if I missed the answer, but do you know about the Judy banner issue with displaying time stop at time some in our response? Ricaroni, I've actually they're not doing anything about that. Although I did explain to Talon why it will be beneficial for that banner to actually have immunity. Well, not immunity, but yeah, basically after dispelling, granting immunity to that type of a spell. As we know, there are actually this mechanic is in the game, as some other units have this, but I had no response from that. Okay, I've been trying to get that done, as it's quite important for the Judy banner, but nothing's been done with it. So right now it's meaningless, and it should be removed from the description as well, because it does nothing. Okay, you dispel it and then you get into it back again. I've highlighted that the first time I saw it on the test server, and nothing's been done about it. So I just shut my mouth and did not deal with it again. Okay, quite close fight, I would say. Obviously, we have this duo here when we don't have it on the side of Psy here. That's a huge difference, obviously. There's immunity, there's a good heal. And it looks like we only got quads to do damage. I'm not counting Rakshasa here. And we got Regnan Archer here against 3 tanks. And Gorgon. Come on, proc Gorgon. Yeah, I think it's going to be a drawn out fight. Even Mermaid is staying alive against that. So yeah, let's just 8 seconds. We can watch it. Right, so this is a cheap size team. And obviously, I believe when I change it, it's just going to destroy this Adrian. Because as I said before, I don't have flower. I can build it. And obviously, guys, I'm not even showing you what you can do with Cove team. There are cool combinations, and this is what I like about this Cove setup is you can put 2 offensive units from this faction, and it will only make it stronger. Okay, just a hint here. And this is one playing on my second account right now. So yeah, quite happy with that. I'm not even gonna show it on the stream as it's not needed. Okay, I only improve formation if it's required. Okay, if I'm winning with a low end formation, there's no need for me to show you guys a stronger variant, because the outcome will be the same. Righty, so yeah, let's add priest since it was really close. Okay, let's boost our healing and let's add a better tank. Oh, not bad, Ricaroni. I skipped that banner. I'm waiting for Dragon Golem banner to go all in, as I don't have money to buy the what is it called, Eternal Adamant. So yeah, I don't have money for that, so I'm slowly getting there to get enough currency to get that Dragon Golem banner when it's eventually out, because I believe I will not be able to get banners for my second team. I'll only need to focus on my first one, which will be Darmeth. So first Dragon Golem, and then Arcanacha, was it? Okay, so as again with the dragon. Okay, so if you are playing Cove and you did not buy dragon, it's rather cool in your team. I did some tests, and I'll show you guys that as well, because I've been asked by one of the stronger players in the game if shark is mandatory in that team. Okay, so I can do that as well and show you the results, because obviously, as I said, this is quite a lot of SSI units here maxed out. Okay, so shark might, one of them might be too expensive, and I believe Regnan Archer right here is definitely a must in that team. Shark will be replaced with something else, or you could not. I can try that, but I'll try that against another team, okay? Because Adrian is obviously getting demolished, and sadly, without the flower, what I could do is I could play it a little bit different. Like, I could make it stronger. Let's put, oh, sorry, not that. Yeah. Let's put devil. Okay, so a much stronger tank on that side now, and let's put let's go with that. Okay, this is going to be a little bit over the board. Could play with Judy as well instead of Fawn. Let's do that because Judy has a maxed out banner. Okay, so this will be a better change overall. And I'll add another maxed out banner. Okay, this is something that not many of you will be able to play. But yeah, let's run that, and I need a necro. Let's remove. Oh, actually, no, that's okay. So 2 maxed out banners, quite expensive. Obviously, White Tiger is dead meat in that team, but yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this is a rather very expensive Adrian. Let's run it. Yeah, if I had known the first start didn't work as advertised, I would have skipped it as well. Yeah, I will eventually get Judy's. Sorry, son, I'll change that. I think I put the domains on. Let's just skip it and double check it. If not, we'll have the result anyway. So once again, we can see the benefit of having Devil in your team. It just holds so good, okay? It just stands its ground and we eventually draw out. But it is a really, really expensive money-wise team. Okay, and I've been told I used DC on the wrong line. I do not play Necropolis, so apologies for that. And I've been told I didn't use domain 1, 2, 3. 3 domains are on. And I got 1, 2, 3 commanders. So the domains are on, and let's do that. Okay, let's see the difference. Oh, where's my water? And by the way, I think tomorrow evening I will release like a short, like I do right now, like a 7-8 minute video with summary of Psy. Okay, so you, for those of you who didn't have time to watch or just want a summary quickly while I think about this unit, it will be available on my channel as well. I believe tomorrow night, maybe, depending on how much time I got. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit because I want to do one more thing. Well, two actually. I want to see if Shark is required. Although, if you play Cove, it obviously is a good choice, but maybe you can play with something else. Okay, Dragon Watcher. Okay, so it's a draw, but this is a really, really expensive team, and I don't think anyone is using it on the Adrian side. But this is the only thing I can do with that team at the moment. Okay, so next thing is, since I got Devil here, okay, let's play against Inferno. Okay, I understand Inferno is not really great, but I still have it quite high when it comes to like things. Hi, Azen. Oh, thank you for the donation. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, that will really help me. I'm trying to get on top of the premium cards. I'm missing like 10 of them. So I'm slowly grinding that, and I believe this is toward that goal. It's not to beat Hollow, because I'm quite far away from that. Yes, and welcome to the chat. Welcome to the game, okay? So I'm not sure if you've missed my stream so far, but so far so good, okay? If you're thinking about it, yeah, definitely good, and I'll test that Shark for you just in a second. But yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'm really curious because obviously Inferno is my second team. Okay, so I want to see how my Inferno would actually work against that. And obviously, this is a fully maxed out Venom Spoon with banner, which I don't have. That is the big difference here. Where do I play it? Okay, let's play it. Yeah. Okay, so that is the main difference. Jesus, I don't even remember what I'm using in my Inferno team. Dennis, thank you again. And welcome to my stream. Okay, let me quickly update that. That will be the 20. Okay, I believe this is the 20, so the goal has been reached. Okay, thank you guys again. I'll be able to buy a new card. Now, okay, so yeah, and obviously, love sticker. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you are enjoying my stream so far. Okay, so this is it. Obviously, it's not quite it. So this is what I'm running right now on my Inferno team. And yes, Agral, I just have a blank head because I got yeah. So la 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 la. What I'm missing? Missing my damage here. Okay, so yeah, it's obviously optional right now. You could play with Cove as well. But I can play something like that, and could even add third tank really. Is there anything else I can really add, guys? Any ideas? That's what I guess we're shaking Gorax down to the next. Yeah, I've mentioned that quite a lot. It's just not happening right now. I'm just thinking what else I can add. Don't want to waste too much time. Yeah, I could play more dungeon oriented version. Yeah, this will be okay, let's play with the charges. Okay, I would obviously prefer to play the dragon, but that was my thought first. Yeah, let's do that. It's more common. It's more common to play this setup. Okay, and right now light elemental sadly is not the greatest tank, so fully maxed out Venom Spawn will be better in the front, and we got Devil here. Okay, let's see how that plays out, just for the sake of starting something, and then we can obviously improve a little bit. I could add Ice Demon, but sadly I don't have something for it. Okay, that looks fine. Yeah, I got only really one here. Okay, let's try. Yeah, River Crab is usually the guy that deals with all the technical stuff. We actually go to him. So yeah, if you have a chance to speak to him, always mention any bugs and stuff like that. He has better contact with the developers than we do. So obviously we've been playing rock paper scissors for a while now with Adrienne, Alamar, and Darmeth. I wonder what's going to beat Cove, because so far it looks superior in that setup. So yeah, let's just rewind. But that's the thing. Since Devil is on an enemy team, it just takes so much. Or did I miss a Cove setup that doesn't lose to Darmeth? Yes, Asen, you did miss that. But I'm just going to do that again, okay? Because I want to try replacing some of the units. Okay, so this is the setup that does not lose to the Darmeth. Let's put the Darmeth. But it is very standard Darmeth setup. Okay, there's no shenanigans here. Okay, obviously quite important is that this Judy has a maxed out banner compared to what you will be playing against mostly. Oops, that's not the team I'm testing. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the chat. Righty, okay, so that is our Darmeth to beat. And we got these domains. Okay, yes, that's what we're gonna test right now. Okay, so this is the team that was able to beat Darmeth, but obviously things might change. I'm not sure if I have the same formation. So if I have the same formation, those will be the same seed, which will show us that we won. Azen, can you tell me, do you have a green dragon second awakened? Too many mods. Okay, as I was praising that setup, we just lost. Oh, I know why. Okay, I understand what's changed. Okay, right. Positioning of the units is different. Right. So obviously, this is a good setup against someone who's using charges, but this is what we were doing before, I believe. And I think everything else is in the same order here. And here I might have changed the lines. Okay, yeah. Oh, you have all the marks beside the shark. Okay, so I'll try to win this fight without the shark for you. I'll think of something. Obviously, you can use the undead faction for that as well. Just run 2 tanks, okay? Because I'm running 3 at the moment. But yeah, you don't need 3 tanks here, especially against Darmeth. Okay, you just need 2 strong tanks because your front line will be rather okay. It's your back line that I'm worried about. Yeah, so that's quite important change, as you can see, moving this Emerald Dragon, because it is important where he is positioned, because he's that kind of a unit. Yeah, I can do all that because we've covered the Holy Trinity right now, so everything has been beaten. Okay, we won against every top tier team, and yeah, ED is definitely worth in that team. Okay, works well. As we know, Cove has quite good synergy here. Okay, and I obviously lost with mermaids. So PE IP here was quite mandatory, but let's beat shark. Okay, and what we're gonna do is, instead of adding tank, I'm going to add a little bit more damage. I'm not sure if you have it, but I can do that. Okay, I can even replace the tank, but I know Mateusz wants to see Play Dancer in action as well. And we know it worked against Alamar. Was it Alamar? I think it was against Alamar. It worked. It was well protected, didn't die, and its same damage as Crate. So yeah, Crate still is a little bit of a let down in my opinion, even with Psy. Okay, in a team. Okay, so the 2 units that I thought will work well actually toppled. they crumbled. Okay, so they died. So maybe this is not ideal. Maybe we need to play with 3 tanks, or maybe we just need to add a little bit of immunity. But that also means we need to pull it from either Dartmouth or Alamar right now. We're playing them because I'm talking like Asmodan here. Okay, he's got like everything. So in his case scenario, you don't really want to pull from other team. Okay, so let's skip that. That did not work in that scenario. Okay, maybe let's do something else. I don't really have that much time, but let's just do this. Okay, let's totally switch the line. And yeah, I can use DC. Obviously, keep in mind this DC has a full maxed out banner. So we're talking whalish scenario here. Sadly, I can't just, and I wish this was actually an option on a test server where I could just click on a unit and decide what I want that unit to have. For example, disable banner. That would be cool, but it's not like that on a test server, sadly, guys. And some people, I think, thought that it's like that, like I can just turn off my emblems if I'm playing against mirror team. But no, I can't. Yeah, no, you do. Not most of us. I wonder if I'll manage to get at least 1 banner maxed out. Okay, so yeah, definitely not good. It also might be because we put that as a tank. So before I go to DC, okay, let's just put another tank in and something splashable. Okay, so we do that. Okay, that means we're not removing anything from Alamar, because on Alamar we might be running... Oh, actually we might have, because we have Dragon here. So if you run an Alamar, you obviously want ED there. And if you don't, you will probably replace ED with BG, which I put both of them here, so your Alamar might be missing some frontline. Okay, so yeah, seems like Shark will be mandatory as modern. So, as Demon, yeah, so you might actually want to invest in that. But we'll try DC version as well, because obviously, if you don't play Necro and you got it maxed out, it might work. Okay, but let's give it another go, and I'll just speed the fight up. Yeah, I still got 17 minutes, guys, so no worries. I started a little bit later today, so I could actually participate in auction, because usually I don't even play the guild versus guild, because I don't have time. But I had some friends over, and my daughter was playing with them, and she just got exhausted and went to bed like at 6 o'clock. So, yay, good times. But that means I'll be up at 5 in the morning tomorrow. So, as always, a good side and a bad side. Okay, so we still lose. Okay, so yeah, let's try that DC. Okay, let's see if it actually helps. But keep in mind, guys, I'm doing all that just for as a demon, because obviously most of you will want to have that shark in, because obviously this is a good unit for the Cove team. Yeah, but most of the time I'm not even close to my phone at that time. Okay, so yeah, DC. Okay, so right, let's do that. That's without a shark. And as I mentioned, guys, I will show you a link to different point of view where you will be able to see. Oh, righty, domain. Yeah. Thank you again, Son. As I said, I do not play Necro, so I don't know anything about these units anymore. I used to play Necro, not right now. See, by now I should have this. Oh, we don't need that. Habit of checking domains to ensure we're actually having them on. Ah, sorry, one more thing. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Obviously, DC with his banner has become a really good splash unit. If you obviously could afford it, I would recommend getting it, as you can put it almost in most teams. I'm not gonna say in any team, but in most teams you can definitely put it, and you will be quite happy with it. But in that case, I will have to say that Shark is mandatory in the Cove team. So I think you know what to do with your monthly cards going forward. Get this Second Awakening done. Well, first, and then Second Awakening. Righty. So once we put the shark back in. Yeah, obviously I've done that test for you. The answer was rather obvious, but we always can try things like that, right? Think outside of the box. So yeah, this is it, guys. This is very, very good, very strong hero. Definitely boosting Cove. Okay. Yeah, and I've been using a very, very basic, very simple thing that probably most of the Cove players have. Maybe except that. Okay, this might be a little bit different, right? Maybe you don't have that, and let's try with a little bit more. But then, okay, let's say you're using your priest in your Alamar or somewhere else, Inferno. If you're playing Inferno, maybe some of you are. Let's try using Judy and Sister. Sadly, son, I'm on the same date as we have today. That is the problem with with test server recently. Just before my stream, they always set it up to match. Well, most of the time to match my to match the global game. So there's no leaks. I think this is leak anti-leak thing that they do, but I think other content creators, they were able to catch something. Oh yeah, definitely. I can even run it with Bone Dragon. See right here, I'll put DC back in, and I'll put offensive Bone Dragon in that team. Okay, it's not. There are options. There are options, definitely, and this is the team that I've been trying. I'll be trying myself with the Cold and the Necro setup. But yeah, even without the Green Drake, as you can see, we can win against this Darmeth, but there's less damage. So it is a much longer fight, and with probably a chance to be drawn out. Okay, so if we change the lines, let's see how it affects it. And I'm still using 3 tanks. I don't really need to. I could play more offensive, I think. There's not really anything that is dangerous enough on Darmith side to actually take down anything here with both Sister and Judy. Okay, it's just so much immunity and health, but I might be wrong. Let's see that. Let's look at that HP. Okay, the only thing that usually goes down quickly is the crate. Okay, as we can see, the crate HP is going lower than most of these other units. Okay, so Sister is down. Okay, so there's still a lot of damage coming from that, and when I switch the lines, I think once the shark fall, we might lose. Yeah. So as I said, with Priest and Judy combination, there is a chance we will draw or just lose, because the fight is just dragon. Okay, so that Drake really makes a difference. Okay, the extra damage makes a difference. Okay, because we were going with one healer and no immunity. Okay, because we got bubbles, we got everything, we got a lot of protection for our units. So what I was thinking, yeah, okay. So let's remove shark. Okay, you still want to boot shark. I'm missing dragon. Oh, it's actually here. Okay, so we got the dragon, and no, I actually wanted to boot it. And let's play Necro. Yay, and this way, I believe, yeah. Okay, so anything I should change when it comes to these Necro units, or the positioning is good before I start the fight? If you're happy with that, I'm just going to run this simulation. Okay, I guess that means yes. Silence means yes. Let's do it. And then I'll just pop out the question, guys, and that'll be it. And I'll send you guys 2 links. Oh yes, Adam, I agree. I actually, well, maybe if I'll dig deeper, the other way around, I might find a team that will win. Obviously, as you can see, I'm running a rather standard Darmith, okay, and obviously I can make it really, really against this team, okay. So if we revert the changes, we put in a shark back in. It's actually this shark. I'll always do it, guys, and I remember you always help me with it. Okay, so this is the Darmith that I'm playing. Okay, so I don't have Angel at that level. Okay, I don't, so I just don't play it. At the moment, I basically play 2 healers. Okay, so we're talking arena right now. Obviously, you can change the formation, but doesn't. Let's just play that. Okay. Yeah. So let's see if you can win against Darmith with 2 healers and immunity. Okay, another thing is you can drop Judy on your Darmith team and add another tank. No, Gary, no spoilers for the altar right now. I don't think I can actually do that because the date has been moved. So yeah, sadly not, but someone else might have covered them. Yes, Adam, I can spoil that. Obviously, I can only say because, as I said before, I could not get it. Okay, I was really busy Monday to Friday. I asked for that resource on Thursday, never got it sent because the dev had home on Friday and I can't really show it, but I'll show you guys a link where someone else tested it. Okay, so as you can see, adding second healer and basically playing my Darmith, because this is what I run right now on my arena against this Psy, I was actually able to win. But let's give it another go. Let's see if it just won. Let's say it's going to be cold. It's a banner most of us will skip. Because I don't believe there's enough players. Well, there are obviously some who play that faction. Yes, Adam, that is a good point. We could do that on Psamathe side as well. I'm not saying we can't, but I don't think at this point in the game there's anyone who doesn't have both or either sister or priest. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's add a healer to the Psy side. But now, who do I drop? Do I drop a tank or do I drop a damage dealer? I could drop Turtle because Turtle he has been dying. Turtle's been dying constantly. At the moment, this is the weak. It's not a weak unit. It is still a strong tank. So far, it's been a liability in our team. So let's try that. Yeah, so let's say arena. Let's add another healer. Yeah, okay. It's like, as you can see, 6 units. 6 units in the back line. Yeah, I could drop Seer as well, but hey, she is a princess of the Seer faction. Let's use a Seer. No, girl power. Also, I have a 6-star Seer on my main account. But I've not been using her for a while. Well, I'm using her in my third team, like my leftover team, whatever. I could build this Cove team if I wanted to, but the problem is the Shark and the Regnan Archer. I don't have that kind of a resource. I could buy them with diamonds because I got like 1200 scrolls left, so I could pick up Crate easily and even Dragon. But no, even with 2 healers, we're going down because our tanks are not strong enough. So Turtle needs to be there. Maybe 3 tanks with Psy is what we need. Because we got lots of damage in the backline, okay? We got lots of damage coming from Regnan Archer, from the Green Dragon, and even Crate. Okay, this is a lot of damage, so maybe front line needs to be stronger right now before we get a second awaken of the Dragon Turtle. Right, guys? So, okay, let's finish it, and just to prove you guys, 25th, today's date. Yes, well, Adam, this is my thing here. The thing is, if I'm going to switch to Cove or even any other faction as my third team, I'll probably not even invest in the maxed out SSR unit because by the time I'm able to build a third team, I'll be mostly running ultra rare units anyway, because I'll be probably at the end of the third champion rotation before I can make a viable team. So, you know. Anyway, yeah, let's do the easy question, guys, for you. Let me just quickly do that. So you can grab the 500 diamonds, and then I'll share with you 2 links. So don't leave it. I show you 2 links. One, which will spoil the next banner, and you can see the banner in the action. And I'll show you another point of view, another test of Psamathe. Okay, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, that is my problem as well, Adam. I can't build Shark or Turtle. I can build Regnar Archer because I've been a little bit invested in her because I was about to build Cove as well. But yeah, I'll probably have to drop them. So yeah, let's go with it, guys. All I want you to do is okay, so you need to write an answer. Okay, just write it. There's no ABC. I didn't prepare anything. I didn't do it in ages. But yeah, okay. So, um, easy question. Okay, I can't really overthink it. Uh, what faction does the Psamathe belong to? Yeah, I thought I had like a lag on the chat before the answers actually flow in. But yeah, it is Cove, guys, and I got 5 winners. First one is Vlaslav. Okay, let's scroll down to the bottom. Okay, so let's do this first. Okay, so we got Vlaslav. Oops. I need a bigger desk. Now with so many screens on my desk, I need a bigger desk. We got Mono. But I looked at the price of the desks and they're quite expensive. And a minion orange. Okay, so that's the 5 winners according to my chat. Okay, guys. So Vlaslav, let me just quickly do that. Where is it? Here. So today is 25th. 23. We got Vlaslav again. Congratulations. Then we go Mono, who's won 2 weeks ago. EU 132 server. And we got Andy, won again, and 158. Rofino, oh, as well. Okay, EU 16. And the last, Minio Range. So close, Adam. So close. Actually, on mine, you were at 6th. You were just behind the winners. So close that, close that. Next time. Right, guys. So as I promised, there are 2 links. Okay. Yeah, it was like weird because I asked the question and everyone's answer popped like 7-10 seconds in. So it looked like there was a big lag between me and YouTube. Okay. So okay, this is the first link that will spoil the next banner. And this is a link that will show you Psamathe, or however we pronounce that, against other heroes as well. And basically another look. Yeah, right now, Aaron, you were like 9th on mine. So yeah, it's random. I used to have a chat in the left right corner, but it wasn't really visible, and yeah, I just removed it from the stream. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you for staying with me. Sadly, I could not show you the banner in action, but there's a video ready for it. And since it's already there, I'll just skip a video altogether about it. I believe that I didn't. I believe that video will cover it, because this is a unit that, well, some people might have gotten because it was quite good at the start. It's not really a faction people use and play competitively, and obviously another view of Psamathe. So if you think I didn't cover everything I could, maybe there's something you will be able to see on that stream, in that video as well. Right, guys. So again, thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.